So stop making excuses. Oh, these millennial kids are so entitled. Oh, these kids didn't have to work as hard as we did. Everybody wants to come up with excuses. I'm this, I wasn't born that way, I wasn't born here, I'm female, I'm an immigrant, I'm a minority, I'm transgender. Excuses. Reality, the problem is, nobody cares. Nobody cares if you're 40, 70, 90, alien, female, male, minority. The market will accept your victories if you're good enough to have a victory. And I believe more than ever that if you're a 49-year-old housewife with 2 kids, because of this phone, you've got more opportunities to create something for yourselves. Please, my friends, do not allow just the 18 and 14 and 22-year-olds to grab at this pie that is so available to all of us, regardless of our age. Do something. Do something that recalibrates your perspective on what is actually going on here. The difference between me and so many of you is I've put in the goddamn work to learn where people's attention now is, and I'm deploying myself through there. Many of you have drawn a line in the sand and say, I'm not downloading Snapchat, I'm not downloading Instagram, and that, my friends, is gonna allow you to lose. I need you to understand something. You have so much time. I'm in entrepreneur land and I meet all these kids and they're taking advantage of the new world, right? But they're young and they're raw and they've got a lot of great, and some of them are great and they'll be all-time great. But what blows me away is how many of you have decided that you're finished, that you're on the back end of your life, that you can't accomplish it, that this wasn't built for you. I'm 41 years old. I didn't grow up with this shit either, but I figured it out. You figured out how to drive, you figured out how to be a parent, you figured it all out. And with the health trends and the way the world is now, you've got a long life in front of you. So instead of sitting in that job for the next 10 years, go do your thing. You've got plenty and plenty of time. Way too many people have made decisions without ever trying. Everybody's judging themselves way too early. You can literally do 4 different things over the next 2 years, 6 months at a time to figure out everything that you think you might like, you should try to do. Doing something around passion is very similar to love. You're blinded because you like it. Figure out the opportunity at hand, go attack it. You only live once. When you're 90 to 100 years old and you're regretting that you never built this business and you let this era pass, this moment where there's so much entrepreneurial upside, you'll regret it, and regret is the worst. If you are stuck in a 9 to 6, even a 9 to 9, because you have 2 jobs and your situation's such a challenge because you're feeding 4 people in your home as a single parent and you've got 2 jobs, you're 9 to 9. Instead of having a 5 to 9 where you're actively doing something, can you get a 5 to 9 for the same $15 an hour at a store or be a receptionist or a night guard where you can work on your phone while you actually do your job? You know, this concept of people saying, well, I'm stuck, is just actually not true. Let this be the rant in the back of a car, this time be the one that says, he's fucking right. If you say I'm wrong, nobody's gonna be able to help you. Do something about it, because one day you're gonna wake up and it's gonna all be over, and you're gonna be dead forever, and you're gonna regret it. It's time, change your life, because nobody else is gonna change it for you. It doesn't matter. 99% of things don't matter. How do you allow yourself to look at the small things? Like somebody has a nicer car, or somebody has more followers on Instagram. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that your boss is suppressing you because she or he is flawed and insecure and will block you from the next step. It doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because you're in control. You're more than welcome to take a step back, to sell your home, to go rent from a worse apartment, to buy 1 less pair of shoes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get D's and F's. You know why? Because when real life kicks, that shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your sister's winning or losing. It doesn't matter if your best friend's making $100,000 a year and you haven't figured out who you are. It doesn't matter. My friends, the only thing that matters is how you judge yourself inside your head, and do you understand where you're going and how you're gonna do it and how long you have to get there. Because all the things that are being thrown at you on a daily basis that make you judge yourself in the short term don't matter. Literally, 99% of my answers to my management team, my best friends, the ones I care about the most, and why, during this project that is pouring out of me with a clarity and an ease that I struggle to, even though I am and always will be a communicator. I have to put this down on film, tape, video, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It just doesn't matter. Do you understand? Literally every single thing that you can come up with right now to tell me why not, why you can't, why you were dealt the short straw, why it's not meant to be for you. All those artificial doubts that were poured into your brain by your inner circle and your outer game don't matter. You have experience. You have experience. Like, that's a real thing. Like, cool. Like, youth and excitement is great. You have actual business experience. There's a plenty amount of talent. There's a plenty amount of talent. And there's a ton of fire and bravado. And there's a confidence. There's a confidence that youth provides. We're gonna live longer. The opportunity is real. For the 58-year-old right now that's watching this, you're gonna live another 40 years. 40 years of being able to do something you love is a big deal. Start putting in the work. Start recognizing this isn't just a young person's game. Start representing the people that actually put in the work, the gray hairs, that context, that knowledge. Start deploying that. Educate yourself on the new world. Yes, you didn't grow up with Instagram. You didn't grow up driving, and you learned that. Stop making excuses, start getting educated in the actual world, and start opening up the opportunities. In my true opinion, you are actually more likely to be successful in building a company at 45, 50 today than the 18-year-olds that are coming out because there's a naivete, a lack of experience. Biggest reason people have fear is they overvalue other people's opinions. I'm just spent too much time with people in their 80s and 90s to know that when you're 80 and 90, you really wish you didn't do that. And since I have that wisdom from them, I've decided to deploy that while I'm not 80 and 90. The reason people struggle, fear in general, is genuinely putting other people's opinions on a pedestal over their own happiness, joy, and content. Everybody's opinions don't matter in the end. Patience, man, patience. Everybody's looking up to audit themselves where they are now. It's because patience will give you the air cover to take risks. Time is your asset. What I would do is gather as many experiences as possible. The one thing a 20-year-old has over me is 20 fucking years. Get the fuck out of the machine for a second and think about what you're doing here. You get optimism and patience, you're fucking off to the fucking races. Your lack of patience is killing you. It's slowing you down and everybody else. Your need of things is killing you. I don't need a fucking watch. I don't need a fucking whip. You need to be happy, because happiness drives everything. You're not lost in life, you're just early in the process. Everybody's trying to prove something so early. You fucking wrap your head around not giving a fuck about any advancement till you're 29,